Up, down,
left, right.
And I said,
down.
it's steam powered.
Down.
Get it?
Oh, no, not again. I can't take it.
Damn, that's good.
What is the
Do you
worst
mind if I
joke?
take that one? I'm going to take that one. I got to...
Just make sure to credit me in the description of
I
your
will.
YouTube
There's
video.
these videos I do with this guy. He plays this game. He thinks he's an expert. I'm going to tell him that joke. He's going to get a crack up. I mean, he's going to love that one.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Did you say thinks he's an expert?
What? GameFront!
Update! GameFront! Update! You know what was weird is that time we went at the same time instead of switching off, and I thought it was going great, but all of a sudden...
I thought it wasn't going great. I thought we were on alternating beats for the goods.
You were just a beat off. Yeah. Yep. So it's GameFront update time, and there's quite a bit of... Well, there's some startling news right now.
J.J. Abrams is directing the next Star Wars movie.
That's not what I was talking about, but that is actually huge news.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Because he's directing Star Trek.
What's the problem? I don't get it.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but it's pretty well known that Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans are mortal enemies, and there's been a war going on since before vampires and werewolves.
Well, maybe J.J. Abrams will be the peacekeeper between them. He will be the mutual link that brings the two fan bases together, and they will solve world peace.
Or he's going to ignite a fire, and the final battle will begin. He will either ruin Star Wars or Star Trek. Because he probably is on one of those sides. I don't know. Like, Zach, are you a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan?
This is not the right place to say what I am.
Yeah, I know. It's scary. It's worse than drawing pictures of people overseas in comics. Like, you can get killed for what you say. You know what that was a reference to?
No.
Good. Don't even mention the name of it, because that's enough to get you killed.
Anyway, why isn't this the right place to mention it?
No, it's fine. I guess I'd be more of a Trekkie fan.
Are you serious?
That's what I was about. Well, I like Star Wars.
That's terrible. Star Wars is way better than Star Trek.
God,
I can't believe these people. What do you like, man?
Red coats!
Brown coats.
That's Firefly.
Oh, I thought you were.
Well,
saying
you
red
could
coats.
call it red shirt or whatever. It was like, the officers in Star Trek, they were the ones who were pretty much considered expendable. Like, they'd always die. So it'd be like, oh, all these characters Data, blah-de-blah, Captain Picard, all went down to the planet. And then that dude in a red shirt, he's going to die.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
real quickly, what are Star Wars fans called? Because Star Trek fans are called Trekkies.
They're called right most of the time. Most everywhere you go, Star Wars fans are considered correct.
They're called righties?
Righties. No, honestly, I've just never seen Star Trek, so I can't really judge it.
But you're going to anyway.
I've been judging it my whole life. I'm not stopping now just because I'm on the record.
My only exposure to Star Trek is basically from the movie and from clips I've seen on the internet of Captain Kirk going, God!
And Futurama, I'm assuming a little bit. Right?
Yeah, a little bit of Futurama. But yeah, so I'm not really invested in either series. I thought Star Wars movies were good. And by Star Wars movies, I mean the first 3 movies. The other movies are something else.
They're good. They're still good.
They're not great.
Then you're not a Star Wars fan. I don't like either of you.
Anyway, the more important news, I think, and more relevant to games.
What I was talking about was...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
You know what I was going to say. You only said the J.J. Abrams thing.
The PS4 is going to be like 50% faster.
That was last week.
Yeah, but that's still the biggest news of the year.
THQ went under, finally. They didn't just go under. They sold off their properties in an auction. And
most of the properties.
What did they get to sell?
Relic went to Sega.
Yeah, I know for sure that's true. Unless we're not supposed to talk about it.
Volition went to...
Koch Media, right?
Koch Media,
Koch.
who did...
Did you say Koch?
Dead Island games, or they own Deep Silver, who did the Dead Island games.
And they also got, no, they didn't get Metro, they got Homefront?
No, Crytek got home. I think they did get Metro.
Okay, maybe they got Metro then, yeah.
And then, what else was there? There was the South Park, went to Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's going to be good?
Yeah, I honestly think that game is pretty far along, so I don't think Ubisoft can really do anything to hurt or help it. And
Well, they can do something to help it by actually getting it out there.
that would help it. Yeah, good point. And Ubisoft also got the THQ Montreal studio, which I don't know what.
Yeah, neither do I.
The bad news is Vigil, who did Darksiders, did not get picked up.
Well, what does that mean? As of yet, does
Yeah.
that mean that nobody was willing to pay enough for it, or that nobody was willing to pay anything for it? Like, was there
I think
offers?
that no one was willing to pay the amount of money that THQ was putting the price as.
Well, it would be really sad if they didn't. Like, what do you do with a company that no one buys after you go out of business? Like, isn't it better to just sell it, even if it's $200 to Jim Sterling, which I know we made an offer? Like, would they have any advantage of just not selling it?
No, I can't answer. I have no idea.
The answer is
how
no,
they
and that's
work.
coming from a Star Wars fan, and I'm always right. All right.
The answer is that they would have to buy the studio, and then they would have to take everyone onto their pay.
Get some government money.
Yeah, and they
Take
have
a
to pay all
loan
those
out.
people, so it's not always worth it. But I read an interesting article. It was actually an interview with Jason Rubin, the THQ former president, where he said the reason why Vigil had so much trouble finding a buyer was they just put out a game, they were working on a new IP, and because they just put out a game, they just started work on another one. They didn't have anything to show.
Oh, so right now it's basically like they don't have much done. They've just reaped the rewards of a lot of work. So whoever buys them is going to have to put a lot of work in before they reap the rewards.
Pretty much, yeah. And they don't have anything to sell themselves. I mean, that's a horrible way to say it. But they can't present anything to potential buyers to say, hey, look at us. This is what exciting stuff we're working on. You know, this is what you could soon own.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, that totally makes sense. It sounds like it came right out of a businessman's mouth. But come on, they make Darksiders. What else did they do?
I don't want to say Darksiders was awesome, but it was really good.
It was good, but they never sold well.
They sold. I think they sold all right. They sold enough to do.
Mitch got copies of them.
Hmm?
Didn't you get copies of them?
Didn't we all?
I didn't.
You did not.
Oh, I did. I did buy it for like $5 when it was going out of business. Oh, that sucks for them.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, I've seen people on my Facebook and on Twitter say that like, oh, THQ went out of business. That must mean they put out really crappy games. That's not true at all. THQ actually had a really good set of properties. The problem with THQ was that they were just so horribly mismanaged.
Mm-hmm.
They had way too many crappy licenses. They tried to jump into the casual market when the casual market wasn't really interested anymore. And the U-Draw was the thing that kind of just stuck the knife in and twisted and turned it.
I guess so. The U-Draw sounds like something that didn't even need, like, there are things just like the U-Draw made for PC that are being sold for hundreds of dollars. I don't know why you would waste your money and get something for a console that's probably going to have minimal support. Like, what games do you play with the U-Draw? U-Draw?
U-Draw. There were
Is there something else?
There were a couple of different versions of U-Draw that had different.
U-Draw 2?
No,
then the DLC for U-Draw? I mean, how much DLC can there be? Like, different colors? Like, we only gave you primary colors when you bought it, but if you get this downloadable content, we'll give you pastels. Because you're drawing with it, right?
There's a really interesting article on Giant Bomb where it highlighted some of the...
Highlight.
No.
Damn.
It highlighted some of the really big fans of U-Draw, and it gave talked to them, asked them why they liked it so much, and it's an interesting read.
I look forward to reading it, but I feel like, and I've never played the game, but I just have a real good judgment in my gut. It's about how creative you are. It's like, but how many games can you buy where you're drawing? It seems like there's a limited amount of games.
It was a dumb idea. No one's arguing that, James.
Zach, are you arguing it?
No.
All right.
My stock portfolio
I guess I
says
win.
that.
I win too, though. I'm saying it's dumb.
What else?
What
game are we working on now?
We're playing the Cave.
You
You were
so
only
close.
setting me up to say Cave Story.
I was.
You were. I'm not going to do it. I'm
James-
not your monkey to do parlor tricks.
James has a problem always saying, "Hey guys, let's play Cave Story." I'm like, that game that came out like 5 years ago for free and then got remade like 5 more times on 5 different consoles and PCs.
And I say, yeah, I just want to play Cave Story, and he won't do it. So instead, we play this new game called The Cave. It was not a mistake on my part. I wanted to play the old one.
Cave Story is better.
Is it really?
Cave Story was a really good game.
Okay.
No, but I mean the
I'm
Cave.
going to have to make a judgment here. I don't know what it's about.
Mhm.
But I think Mitch is right. Because I've been playing The Cave with him, and it's not a bad game.
No, I think the Cave's problem is like the writing's pretty good.
The writing's great. It's
the
a funny game.
puzzles. You don't like the
I think
writing?
it's fucking stupid. Damn it! I gotta put money in.
Oh!
Whoa! Whoa!
I don't have any coins.
Yeah, that happened to me once. I put $1 in.
Collateral.
Come on,
What
collateral.
you got?
My key to my bike.
All right.
Oh, that's
All
a
right.
good collateral.
Yeah.
You can buy that back.
You can if you
Who
fast
starts
enough.
a bike with the key?
But I
Really?
haven't. Wait a second. He's got a good point. He's lying to us. What's that a key to?
It's to the lock for the bike.
It's a good point. I'm gonna buy it with this coin
Wait,
here.
no, that's not how it works.
What do you mean? That's the rules that we set up.
Oh, damn.
All right, fine. You're right. That's not how it works. Be awesome if it did.
No, but
You would have a
anyway,
nice bike lock.
Mm-hmm.
I think the writing is okay. It's okay. Zach may not agree. The puzzles I think are pretty good.
They're good, but they're kind of broken mechanically. Like
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. The problem with the game is that mechanically, it's not a very good game. Like the
Mhm.
co-op, the idea of co-op where anyone can just steal a character and this guy right here, you try to play a co-op game with this guy.
This guy. You're gonna have a great time with me. Let's play Borderlands 2 sometime.
Oh,
And
actually, you were really helpful when we beat that.
Yeah, you just didn't see all those chests I was opening.
You.
and also there's just a lot of
Mike,
things.
Mike,
There's a
sorry.
lot of things in the game where like they're things you should know about from the outset. Like if you hold down the jump button to grab a ledge, you will hang on the ledge. If you don't do that, you will automatically pull yourself up, which is maddening. If you're trying to drop down to a lower level and you keep on grabbing onto the ledge and pulling yourself up, dropping down, grabbing the ledge, pulling yourself up. Ugh, it's so stupid.
Yeah, and those things are dumb, and it's hard. I guess when there's an object next to another object, in order to pick it up, you hold circle, which doesn't make any sense because you don't.
The pickup button has always been square.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe you can use circle all the time, and it's just, I don't know.
It just seems like they should have highlighted the beginning.
But do we really want our games spoon-fed to us through long tutorials that I always complain about a tutorial? It's like,
Long
"Ugh,
tutorial, press circle to pick up item.
boring.
This is the basic of like walking over, like in Dark Souls. Whenever you're over something and there's something else there, it gives you the Y button to toggle between the two to go from one to the other. It's like
I feel like a lot of games do that. This is not a new innovation in video games that you can have different prompts for the same object.
All right, I agree with you on both of those things, but I would say that even in Dark Souls, and I know it's hard to say that I want less help from the game when I'm doing so good, but it takes you out of the world when all of a sudden some sort of UI pops up. You can't immerse yourself. I like the fact that you can't pause it because it makes it feel like you were more into the game, and I feel like if they can get you through a tutorial of some sorts and then not have stuff pop up, I think that's better.
Are you immersed when a magical talking cave tells you that you can't die and tells you to walk to the left and then gets mad at you when you don't walk to the left?
Careful, Mitch. You're walking a tight line. This game has totally, I believe in the cave. Like Santa Claus. What's unbelievable about a talking cave?
You don't think it would be fine for a talking cave to tell you press circle to pick up an item if it is in front of another object that you can interact with?
All right, I believe a cave, but I wouldn't want text to show up. I would want, I don't know. I don't even know what I'd want. But my problem with it isn't the things that you guys have mentioned, and it might be why you don't like the writing. But for instance, today we took a future, like a psychic that can tell the future, and we completed a puzzle where we had to guess what color was going to show up on a spinning wheel. But because of the fact that we were switching characters, we never got the explanation. It just worked. There was no story told of like it felt like we missed a cutscene.
I don't think that was the case. I think, looking at that now, I think the color that is showing on the crystal ball is the color that it's going to land on.
Wow, we just totally figured that out. You're probably right. You're probably absolutely right. Nobody here understands that. Hold on one second. On our screen, Mitch just used his deduction to figure out that was probably how we just randomly figured it out, though.
And enjoy our little reenactment of Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really don't like that movie.
I fucking hate that movie.
Ah, give us a See, some people are upset about this swear jar. It's my new favorite thing. Yeah, sure, it hurts sometimes.
I have this.
Oh,
I
Rock
gave
and
that
Bliss.
to you.
Thank you. You want to buy that back?
No.
That's going to be a swag box soon.
Yeah, I guess. And,
I'll
and
take
maybe
it to the
we'll
bank.
give-
What can I get for this?
maybe we'll send the contents of it to somebody later. I'm going to put
That
some
would be
butter in
pretty
it.
enjoyable.
I don't have anything, so I'm going to put the leftovers of my lunch in there.
Let's eat over it.
It's going to be the leftovers of what James throws up during James'
Oh.
punishment.
God.
Oh, is that good? Are we done?
I have all my trash here. We could use this. I guess we are done. Unless there's something else you guys want to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like we covered everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing Devil May Cry 3 again. I got like 4 more levels to do, so I figure I might as well finish that walkthrough. I'm waiting for us to get Dead Space 3 so me and Zach can work on it. Yes, Zach and I.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Should I put a coin every time you correct?
No,
me?
I don't even. The truth is, don't tell anybody, but I don't know what the right way is. I just know if I say it out loud that I might one day get closer and closer to the day that you strangle me. 'Cause a lot of the things I do as a troll is just because I want somebody to do this to my neck.
It's alright. You can do that. I'll just correct you every time you say cave story instead the cave.
It'll never happen again.
James, why are you smiling while I'm strangling you?
It's a dream come true, asphyxiation.
Smile too if you had such a big erection.
All right,
That's
don't
not a
forget.
swear, right?
No, that's totally legal.
Oh yeah, high five for that.
High five for erections. Not a swear. Not a swear. This is family friendly.
Alright, guys. Well, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like,
Comment.
and
Subscribe!